Technical debt is what happens when engineers chooses a fast or convenient solution today, and doing so, they create bigger problems tomorrow. At first, that shortcut can feel efficient. It helps you ship faster, hit a deadline, or get a product out the door. But if that debt is not repaid, it starts charging interest. Every new feature becomes harder to add. Every change takes longer. Maintenance costs rise, complexity grows, and the system becomes more fragile over time. What once looked like speed turns into friction, delays, stress, and risk. That is why technical debt is not just bad code. It is the hidden cost of short-term decisions that make the future of the product slower, riskier, and more expensive. Short-term decisions often seem beneficial, but they accumulate technical debt. This debt demands repayment through costly redesigns or refactoring. Ignoring it can cripple your project's future scalability and efficiency. Technical debt isn't just a technical issue, it's a business risk. It limits your ability to adapt and grow, making your systems fragile and costly to maintain. Addressing it is essential for sustainable success.
According to IBM, some of the key consequences of technical debt are decreased productivity and slower delivery. As code complexity grows, development speed slows down, often causing missed deadlines and delayed product launches. Rising costs and resource drain. Maintenance costs surge, taking up a larger portion of the budget to fix bugs rather than developing new functionality. Stifled innovation. Organizations struggle to adapt to market changes or adopt new technologies because resources are diverted to fixing existing fragile systems.
Quick fixes, weak documentation, outdated code, fragile architecture, and the classic promise, "we'll clean it later," all add up. Technical debt behaves like financial debt. It looks manageable at first, and then one day every small change feels like defusing a bomb in sea. Each update becomes slower, riskier, and more expensive. And the dangerous thing is that technical debt does not usually look like a disaster at the beginning. It looks like progress, it looks like speed, it looks like good enough for now. Right up until the firmware team works as a place where you put a lot of money in exchange of nothing. Specifically, in the firmware, there are some warning signs are usually painfully familiar. These 5 signs are red flags of a non-sustainable technical debt. 1. New features break old behavior. Add 1 button, unlock 2 regressions. 2. Only one engineer understands it. Their vacation becomes a business risk. 3. Fixes become patches on top of patches. You are not fixing it, you are negotiating with it. 4. Hardware changes become firmware nightmares. A small bomb update becomes archaeology. 5. Core modules are too risky to touch. Nobody opens the bootloader after sunset. If your firmware is showing any of these symptoms, the good news is this: technical debt can be measured, surfaced, and paid down. The bad news is that it does not disappear by itself. The good news is that the technical debt can be avoided from scratch or paid if you already have it. For doing so, you need to choose the right engineering partner. That is why you should choose a blue thing in the cloud. First, because we understand that hardware and firmware must be developed together, not as isolated pieces, but as one complete product. Second, because we believe rigorous engineering is the foundation of reliability, maintainability, and long-term success. Third, because we help you move forward with confidence, preventing technical debt when building from scratch and reducing it when it is already slowing your product down. We do not just create electronics, we help turn ideas into products that are built to last. A blue thing in the cloud. When technology becomes art.